Okay, I wanted to do a little introduction video so that you guys would know where this whole concept came from of interviewing some of our board members. So, my husband David got called to be in the bishopric last summer, and I was thinking about doing little introductions. I have the calling of being the ward communications specialist, which means that I send out a ward email every week that has announcements, and um, I try to do family introductions as well. So I just ask different ward families if they will share a photo and a little bit about themselves, things that other people might not know, and then a small testimony or faith experience or how they're doing with Come Follow Me, so that we can feel a little bit more connected as a ward and learn things about each other that we didn't know before. And I was thinking about doing this for the members of the bishopric, and I was thinking about my husband, and then I was thinking about the bishop, and I thought, hey, that's really interesting. We have two of our three bishopric members are converts to the church. And then I kind of looked around our ward, and I was able to name off the top of my head a dozen members, adult members of our ward who had not grown up in the church, who had joined later, either as a teenager or in their late teens, early 20s. And I thought, this is amazing. I remember growing up in my ward, I really only knew of one couple who had joined the church later in life, and they were in their 20s or something. They were married when they had done that. And I just thought that this is a really unique opportunity. I have loved our ward from the day that we moved in. We moved in 4.5 years ago, and from day one, we never wanted to leave. We feel like Holly Springs is this really special place. We've never felt like this about anywhere else that we have lived. And when we stopped renting and we started looking for a house, we told our realtor, we said, you have this little tiny geographic area to find a house in because we are staying in our ward boundaries. And we have just considered that to be the best decision, and this has been the greatest blessing. And I feel like just making this realization that we have so many amazing adult conversion stories in our ward that we haven't even tapped into is just this amazing resource and blessing and opportunity to feel the Spirit that I feel like was completely inspired. I always say, everyone says, where did you get this idea? And I said, well, it's just a thought that I had. But that's kind of how things work for me. I don't come up with great ideas all by myself. I'll just throw that out there. Great ideas that I have, really, I'm not going to take credit for those. So I looked around our ward, this amazing ward that I have come to love so much, and I said, we need to hear these stories. Basically, the Lord said to me, we need to hear these stories. You need to do this. So I sent an email to the bishopric, and I said, hey, I've just realized that there's a lot of conversion stories here that we haven't heard, and would it be all right with you if I interviewed these members? And he said, I think it's a great idea. Let's go for it. So I started scheduling them, and one by one, we're getting them done. It's kind of amazing. Once I opened that door, I have come to learn and realize that we have twice as many adult converts to the church in our ward than I even knew off the top of my head. I thought we had 12 to 16, and turns out we have at least 24 members of our ward who are converts to the church. So that's where this all came from. I am so blessed to be a part of this project. I have felt the Spirit every single time, and I am so grateful to be a part of it and so happy to be sharing this with you. So please enjoy.